Minecraft is a game full of endless possibilities and full of adventure, but I must admit that my favorite aspect is building up a cutesy, cozy base. So I decided to challenge myself to build up the ultimate cottagecore and cozy base, all in 100 Minecraft days. This cottagecore base will include builds like a windmill, a bee sanctuary, a trading hall, an inn, and so much more. Now, without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Oh, okay. Cold, snow. Now, this is not really the most cottagecore thing you can imagine, so oh, a village. I see spruce though. In my opinion, spruce is quite cutesy, quite cottagecore, so maybe we should go over there. Hello, sir. Hi. Hello. Nice to meet you. This is a cutesy village. It's quite big. Oh, they actually look adorable. Look at their little outfits. Their outfits are adjusted to the cold weather. What do you have over here? Oh, yes. Outfit for me. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, with my flowering armor texture pack, this looks like very cottagecore. You know what? Let me put the exploration on hold and kind of do something that I should have long done. Punch a tree. Okay, now that I've chopped up an entire tree with my bare hands. Oh! Get it? I then made my first crafting table, a wooden pickaxe, and gathered some cobblestone and some coal. I then made the upgrade to a stone pickaxe and gathered some coal and some copper. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna steal your crops, but when they're ready. These are not yet ready. But when they are, I'm gonna be coming for them. Ooh, brewing stand. Mine. And let's sleep through our first night. Let's not take any risks here. Morning. I will take this and a cute bed. I'm so sorry. I'm also gonna steal your light sources. I'm sorry. Let me also get an axe so that I can go get some food. I'm sorry to all the animals I might see. Okay, food. This is bad food, but it's food. Great. Azalea tree! Okay, I'm gonna grab it. I love myself a good azalea tree. All mine. Oh, wow. Yay! Okay, great. That's exactly what I wanted and was hoping for. Now let me circle back to the village, but I was hoping I would find some food. Just anything, please? Oh, great. Perfect. Sorry. Sorry. Let me also get your eggs. Come here. Thank you. Okay. And I see pumpkins. Let's also get pumpkins. These pumpkins look so cute with my texture pack. Sorry, guys. I'm a vegetarian, I swear. This is not usually me. I don't get happy when I... Sorry. Okay, now we're back to the village, and I can cook some food and maybe steal some crops. Okay, food is cooking. I will be taking this. Thank you. All right. Now let's eat. That looks ready. Got it. Okay, I don't want to wait this out, so... I'm sorry. I just want like one of each. Okay, I would like to leave the icy cold. It all looks so grayish in here. Let's try to find a more sunny place. Oh my god, do I? Is that dumb? Let's just do it quickly, okay? I might regret this. But here's the thing. Worst case, I die. That's it. It's not that bad, right? The remainder of day 2 and the complete day 3 were spent in the mines. I got a lot of iron, giving myself some tools and some good armor. And I also found gold and even diamonds. So I think this is a pretty successful run. I even found a spawner that got me some discs and a book. Yay! And then at the end of day 3, I finally made my way out of the mines, feeling satisfied and happy. I'm out, and... Is that a village? Did I just get out of the whole thing next to a random village? It's just one house. Good, thank you. Let's sleep. Wait. On the map, it looks like the village is way bigger. No one saw that. Nope. No, you didn't. No. Nope. So the village is way bigger than just that one little thing I was in. Wait, this is such a cool village. Ow! Okay. Hello, kind sirs. No. No way. And dude, I shouldn't even have gone like dangerously into mines. Thank you. Do you guys have something for me? Another. This is not normal. You guys are not normal. More potatoes for me to take. That is so... Holy, that looks so cute. I need to have a pumpkin farm. That's the cutest thing ever. All right, let me gather my things and let's dip. Oh wait, I cannot gather my things. I will leave behind my crafting table because it's just for woods. And I'm on my way. I don't know what I'm looking for really, but maybe like a plains or something. Oh, what's that over there? Bees! Cute! I love bees. Okay, so I think what I'm looking for is plains with like a little bit of mountain. So it could be somewhere over there. Ooh. Well, my inventory is full, but maybe something here is worth swapping around. I mean, we can come back. I don't know if I'm going to settle that far from here, actually. There's mountains over there. Cutesy ones. Let's go look. Oh my god! That is the cutest cow ever. Hello, cutie. Hey. Hey! Okay, you know what? You don't want to be my dog. Fine. Do you? Do you? Okay, you know what? I'll use my other ones on this dog. Okay, good. Okay, sleep. Okay, morning. I have a couple of dogs now. Honestly, worth a shot with these 3 for that dog. Hello, come here. Come here, I said. Oh, okay, last one. Great. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Come with me, friends. Come. I see some water on my map. That could be really cute. This is actually super cute. Wait. This is super duper adorable. I would probably landscape that a little bit so I have a bit more land here. Oh my god. Or do I want to build my house here? That's also really cute. Okay, I'm gonna start by filling this in. No. I'm gonna start by getting rid of my stuff. I'm gonna get chests. Okay, let me just put 4 chests over here. That should not be in my way at all. And then I will put away what I really won't be using right now. Let's also place a little bit down. I'm gonna make a very early farm just for the purpose of food. It can look silly, it's fine. I actually think I want my house to be here. This is really cute. Yes. And then I want farmland. No, just to be safe, let me put my farmlands all the way over here. Because I'm quite certain that I won't be building my house here. Or will I? No, I won't. No, just commit, girl. Just commit. You will not build your house here. Okay, perfect. I've got my cutesy starter farm over here. Very far from everything, so it will not bother me. Let me landscape this a little bit so then I have a proper view of what I'm working with. Okay, great. I think I want to kind of have it come out in the water. Kind of like here. I think that could be really cute. Or would it be cuter if I do that here? Like opposite. Now I'm not too sure. Okay, I changed my mind. I think for lighting purposes, this is gonna look better. I'm also going to want some birch for this build and some oak. So let me get the chop in. And let's plant some saplings of smaller trees like birch and oak around here. I think that would look actually kind of nice. Oh god, nighttime. On day 6, I did a bunch of important but also boring stuff. I wanted to gather some granite and ended up getting a lot of copper, which I might use in a future build. And I also noticed there's a lot of animals around, so that's also going to be great for food source later. And I chopped some wood, planted some sugarcane, and planted my first azalea tree. So truly nothing special, but all quite important stuff. On day 7, I whacked a skeleton so I could get some bone meal to actually grow my azalea trees. Please, please. Ooh, okay. I love that. I realized I have a mod installed that literally lets me harvest my trees, so yeah. That's efficient. Now I can just plant a ton more of these around, and when I get the bones, I will use them on them. Also, you know what? I'm feeling brave. Never mind. Then the rest of day 7 was spent gathering some sand to get glass for my future build, and I also worked a little bit on my tiny farm to get some food going. On day 8, I came to the realization that all the copper that I was oxidizing will literally be useless because I am not in 1.20.1, so I cannot use oxidized copper for cube builds. I did, however, get a little bit more copper because I do still think I can use it in some way because it's still a cube block. Home sweet home, and I have a whopping total of, okay, not enough a stack and a half. I'm also very much out of food, so I'm gonna grab your egg and sorry. Same for you over here, bestie boo. Whoever laid that egg. Oh, hello. Apologies. Sorry. And then for the remainder of the day, I spent my time making a starter chicken coop because I never want to run out of food again. It's so embarrassing. So we only ended up getting 1 chicken, unfortunately, but it's a start. Good morning, sunshines. I'm gonna go actually egg hunt. I should probably just lure a chicken, but egg hunt sounds more fun. Perfect. Egg. Oh, I see an egg. And another. Okay, and all of those eggs, all 4 of them needs to be 1 little chicken, right? Be so for real. This is right next to my house. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I'm home. Mama's home. Hello. Hi, guys. Hey. 6 eggs. Come on. No. Okay, phew. Great, that's all I needed. I have 1 final piece of chicken for food, and that's it. That's really sad. Sorry, little bud. Whee! Day 9, what a boring day. I did absolutely nothing besides get eggs. All right, we made it. On to day 10, you guys. I spent the next 2 days finally building my little cutesy starter home. Well, I want to call it a starter home, but it's just my home. It's a start, but it's a home. And as you can see, I'm doing it out on the water, and I'm using a bunch of different woods. I'm gonna go for a combination of spruce and oak, but also adding in some touches of birch, a lot of cutesy leaves, and honestly, I just used everything. I used everything in my palette, everything in my inventory, even, as you can see, some granite. I don't even know how to say it, okay? People keep bullying me, whatever. But yeah, the build is not super big, but honestly, I never really go for really big builds. I think it just adds a cutesy little comfort, and let's be real, like, more than just sleeping, cooking, and storage, you don't really do in your house. You know what I'm saying? You don't spend much time indoors in Minecraft, which is also why I have a tendency to never finish the inside of my house, which we will do this time around, okay? We will do that this time around. And obviously what you can't see in these clips is all the things I do in between, like some resource gathering, some mining even, taking care of my farm, yada yada yada. But I promise you that also happens in the background, but I didn't want to bother you with that stuff because I did spend quite a few days on this build. So I thought, you know what, why not show it in a cutesy way using a replay file, a little slow-mo, a little time lapse. Not slow-mo, it's faster. Oh god, you know what I mean. And here you can see I'm struggling with the roof. Even though it's quite a simple shape, it was still a struggle, okay? I've never claimed to be a good builder, nor will I ever do so. I ended up figuring something out using like an A-frame build, as I actually always do, but it took down a lot of building and tearing down and a lot of rebuilding and tearing down and then realizing, oh my god, it's not symmetrical, over and over and over again, but it's okay. It was all worth it. It's all coming together, as you can literally see right now. And I ended up filling my roof bin with moss instead of using copper because copper is a way harder material to get. But to get this moss, I also did like a big adventure, but you guys will not see this here because it was really boring. It was just me going into caves. And yeah, this is my house, you guys. I hope you like it. Look at it. I will be adding like some decoration on here, so it's not just like plain like that. But that's gonna be like detail work, you know? First off is the base, which is important to me. Now we're on day 18 and my house still looks like this. I actually hate the front. Here's the thing, we will be filling this in with some cutesy, colorful blockies. And usually that does help the vibe a lot. Let's see if that does much. I don't know if it'll be pretty, honestly. We could try. I think one of the important steps is gonna be like the extra detailing, like flowers and glowberries. I'm gonna be needing way more of these, but obviously they'll have to take some time to grow. So let's just start with a couple. That is so cute. Look at the little, like, what is it? Like spores? Yeah, the little spores. Isn't this just super cute? I feel like it's maybe a bit much, but I kind of like it. And wait. Look, once the glowberries are glowing, that's gonna look so adorable. Let's not forget to actually fill in our sides here. I might turn some of those into windows at one point, because I don't know how dark this will make our house. And yes, I'm doing this in a very inefficient, lazy way. I mean, no, it's not necessarily like inefficient, it's just a bit ugly. Look at that. Now we have like a fully done safe inside. Day 18. Our house is built. The sides are looking a little bit yuck though, so I do want to make a small change here and there to that. Let me add some details, maybe like this is gonna be a difficult one actually. Like that, and then here I can do a barrel. I can use some moss carpet around it, like that. Ooh, and let's not forget about, oh no, I cannot use it. Darn it. Flowering azalea. We need to rethink this a bit. I think this should just be the door. Oh, I don't have a pickaxe, oopsie. This should just be the door. And then a window can be made like just above it or something. I also don't have glass. Okay, I should really go shopping in my chests. All right. So then we could put the door here and just a bit of glass above there, maybe. And we can use some spruce slab. Oh my god, this is not what I was thinking of doing. Yeah, kind of like that, maybe. Oh no, wrong one. Like this, and then like that. That looks kind of okay. What if we dip this one? Dip it down. That's cute. What if? Hear me out. It's just a bit too low for the door. That totally won't work. I wanted to put like a flower on there. Okay, this can work if I do it one higher. What if I put some buttons around? That's just weird. I'm also gonna do something totally weird, but it will make sense. I want that to turn into grass. So I'm gonna make a little grass staircase. Okay, don't judge me. Now for the side here, I have some oak fins that would actually look marvelous. And then maybe I could just work with oak. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do spruce, just like that, and that'll be it. And then for this part, I think I'm gonna turn it into like, wait, a little work area or something. Kind of like that. That looks fine. And then when you're doubting, there's always gonna be flowers and greenery added, by the way. That, oh, God, no. Yeah, what I was gonna say is that usually makes everything look so much better so fast. Okay, everybody, good morning. It's day 20. Thank you. It's day 20, and I'm actually kind of happy with how my house looks. This is not the prettiest thing in the world, but I actually do think it's the prettiest thing in the world. Like, look at it. If you look at it from here, it looks so cozy. I spent the remainder of day 20 adding some extra little decorations around the house, and also most importantly adding a chimney, which I'm super happy with. I think it turned out great and it adds a really nice detail. And then I moved over to add like a little window at the front of my house because it was looking a little empty without. And on day 21, I ended up decorating said window by using potatoes. But look at how cute they look in this texture pack. I then moved over to adding some cutesy rosies and peonies all around my house because, well, why wouldn't I? And after that, we got paid a visit by pillagers and they hurt my dogs, but luckily we won and I fed my dogs and we're all good now. After this gruesome attack, I ended up spending the rest of my day planning out my plot a little bit, my lands, with this cutesy path. I'm gonna add a bigger farm to the right side of my house, and then I really want to do something cute on the left side of my house, like a pumpkin patch. What do you think? Next up on the planning was to start the interior of my house, considering it is an empty shell of a house right now still. And I figured it could be nice to have multiple floors because right now I don't have that much space because it's not really the biggest house ever. So that's what I did. I added 2 little upstairses. I didn't close everything off because I felt that would give a really like cramped feeling, and I'm actually super happy with the results. Now, staircase wise, we also didn't have a lot of room for that, so I did end up going for some ladders. It's not the prettiest, but it's functional and it works. Now all that I had left to do was drag out the upstairs floors a little bit because they were a bit too tiny, and then it was time for bed. On day 23 came the realization that I cannot place furniture on this height of slabs, with this placement. So I had to redo everything. It was hell, but we made it. I also added an inside wall, making it so that we have a separate little kitchen, and I added some doors and had to move the ladders around a little bit to make it structurally all work, but now it works. So then we have living room, maybe some chests over here, a tiny little kitchen over here. If we go up there, we can have, yep. And then last but not least, if we go over there, oh God, we have our bed. The next 5 days, yes, you heard it right, 5 days, were spent on decorating the inside of my house. Now, the reason that it took so long is because I had to do a lot of grinding for resources in between. I had to grow my crops so I could get more cows, so I could get some leather, so I could make bookcases, and, just in general, do some of the daily tasks that you're always going to be doing in your Minecraft save. So it did take a while, which is also why I'm looping this all together in little cuts and bits to not bore you too much because, darn it, I did not realize I was this slow sometimes. But as you can see, I did end up making this beautiful and functional kitchen. And I also worked on making the farmlands a bit bigger, as you can see. And then I also made sure I had enough of azalea trees so I can keep on using their beautiful leaves, which are, by the way, my favorite to decorate with, like, ever. And once all of those mundane tasks were finished, I moved over to finishing the rest of the house. As you can see, I have a really cutesy bedroom now. And I also made sure to add some cutesy elements in the living room, like this adorable wall. I use the same type of decorating a lot, but it's just my style, And then I also ended up finding a way to use that silly extra room. I ended up putting some barrels there, so it's our little secret storage space for the time being because we don't have any other storage space. Oopsie. Day 30 and our house is actually finally finished. I think within the next 10 days, I want to have my little pumpkin patch over there, and then make my farms, all my other farms look just decent over there. That's what I want to do in the next 10 days. By then it'll be day 40, and by then it'll be, kind of bad that that's all I have, but at least it's something. Day 30 ended up being a very, very grindy day. We gathered all, or like most, of the resources we needed to build our pumpkin patch. We extended our farmlands, and we also, I think, spent our first night that we were awake fully. So no sleeping at all. And we used this time to fight some mobs, to get bones, and also potentially some other good loot. Hello? Ow! Thank you. And it's light! Guys, this is my first night out. Are you proud of me? Very successful. Very nice. I can make a lot of trees. I do want to get a pumpkin patch going here, so I don't want to get a tree in the way of that. I'm gonna grow one just for the leaves. Whee! and then I'll see what I do with the others. Now I have 6 pumpkins in total. It's not really a lot just yet, but obviously they'll keep on growing and growing and growing, and then it will look really nice in the end. Okay, because I'm gonna be next to you guys, silly chickens, I'm gonna make you guys really quiet. And with all the materials gathered, it was finally time to build my little pumpkin patch. I had to do a small bit of terraforming, but honestly, nothing too bad. I also ended up moving the chickens over a teeny tiny tad because they were in my way. And honestly, how dare they? But yeah, I think it ended up looking really cute. I didn't just put pumpkins, I also put some wheat in the mix because I thought that just looked so majestic and flowy and cute. And obviously we're gonna have to wait a little bit to see that all grow in, but I'm already so super happy with these results. And it's daytime again, survived the night. So while I wait for, I'm so sorry, but oh my god, that looks so cute. Stop. Okay, anyway. While I'm waiting for these to grow and actually, you know, look cute, I'm gonna already get started on expanding my other farm. I do think I kind of want to keep it like a little bit like that, and then come to here maximum, something like this, and go around like there. Like a field, but not like ginormous, you know what I'm saying? So let's get to some hoeing, I guess. Okay, something like this is very big, but also not like way too big, you know what I'm saying? And after all of that, it was time to demolish and rebuild, at least with as many resources as we currently have. I then decided to put on my big girl pants and to go mining, because here's the thing, I don't want to waste too many actual daytime to go mining, and since I usually sleep through the nights, I figured why not head down overnight. So the rest of day 32 and the whole of day 33 were spent down in the caves. I did end up finding some good loot and even found some diamonds and slayed a lot of mobs, all without dying. Also, it's sunrise time, so I'm just gonna do this little coal mining thing, and by the time I'm up and I'm done with this, it's gonna be sun shining, and then the bad guys are gonna go, ah, I'm burning, and then I'm gonna be all good. Oh my god, oh my god. I'm home. Oh my god, save me. There's so many bad guys around here. What do you mean? Aren't you meant to be like burning in hell? Thank you. Oh my god, and look, my plan. It worked. Unfortunately, these cute new grown pumpkins and plants did not get to stay. I harvest them. I also harvest the wheat so we can repurpose the pumpkins, obviously for decorating, and then the wheat is obviously for our food farm. And would you look at that? It's not fully grown yet, but it will be. And then look at our pumpkin patch. Looking slay, looking lavish, looking cute, looking cottagecore. Now I'm thinking, next thing I should probably tackle, because, you know, we're basically not ready with food, but kind of like waiting for food. And, I do have a storage issue, so maybe that could be the next thing we tackle. Okay, let's do that. Let's make a storage, but I actually want to use mushroom blocks, but for that I will need silk touch, and for that I will need an enchanting setup, and also a lot of levels, which I don't have, so I think we're gonna have to grind a little bit, you guys. But I really think building with mushroom block will be beautiful. So I started to breed more cows and also harvesting some of that sugar cane. I also realized I only have 6 diamonds, which is really not a lot to get enchanted, but it's a start, right? Oh my god. Good night. Holy good night. Oh my god. Oh my god. Not on my freaking watch. Holy. Day 35, you guys. Ha ha ha. Good. Day 35 was spent grinding towards some more bookcases for the enchanted setup, and then we prepared to go mining once again. A couple more diamonds is the goal here, because, well, it's kind of embarrassing that we only have a handful right now. I spent the next 2 days mining, and I did what any good Minecrafter does. I went strip mining. I did this until I found 4 diamonds, and then I dipped. Yippee! I'm home! I spent the rest of day 38 by getting some resources to decorate our farmlands and by actually starting to decorate said farmlands. Take a quick nap. And then on day 38, we finally wrapped this project up. We used the same block palette and vibes as we did for the pumpkin patch to make it all look a little bit coherent. And I'm super happy with the results. Look at how cute it all is. Now, to not waste the night, I decided to light up the area a little bit to safe-proof our home. And I also filled some gaps that some creepers had left. Oh, good morning. Now, while I wait to actually get my enchantments so I can actually make my beautiful storage room with mushroom blocks, I'm already gonna start the base of my storage. I think I want to use spruce. Yes, spruce. So I'm gonna chop some trees. I also want to use some oak. So let me get the chopping. Let me start by filling this in. And now let's build a small foundation. For this foundation, I'm using stripped spruce logs. And as you can see, I'm not going too big here because after all, it's only gonna be a storage. And to fill this in, I used a combination of stripped oak logs and then also some regular old oak planks. These are a staple, these are a must, and I feel like when you add the two together, it just looks so cute. There we go, a little frame, and I left some space for a little bit of windows. I'm gonna put a window here and then on all the other sides, and then this will be where the door goes. Now, even though we could not yet work on the roof because I don't have mushroom blocks nor the enchantments to get them, I already decided to decorate a little bit here and there. As you could see, I put in some windows and then I made some frames around the windows, which always add so much dimension. Now, next on the to-do list was actually making the storage space a storage space by adding some chests. And I also continued the grind to get plenty of books for our enchanted setup. Perfect, 45 books. Okay, and 15. Yippee! Then it was time to actually start our enchanted setup. We spent so long trying to get all the books that I hadn't even thought about this that much, but I terraformed this area a little bit and decided to make a little mushroom enchanted setup for which I needed podzol, which I got by planting 4 spruce trees. And then it was time for a nap because ain't no way that I was gonna get phantoms spawning again. And now that I have a storage room, or at least the start of a storage room, I didn't have any excuses to be this messy anymore, so I started organizing my chests. Yuck. And then by the time I was done with doing all that, it was getting dark, so I could not leave on a mushroom finding adventure anymore, which I wanted to do, so I decided to make myself useful and build some paths. It's not perfect yet because I do want to add a bunch more flowers around it. I only have the one here, but I think this looks nice. Look at our little path. I also think it's time for my dogs to kind of, finally be safe. Come on in, bestie. That looks so nice. The path looks so nice. Oh my. Okay. Sure, you know what? Hell yeah. All right, good morning, Rain, please go away. I forgot I had a couple more flowers, so let's do 1. Let's go for 2, and maybe number 3 can be here. All right, time to go and get some red mushrooms. Wait, there's red mushrooms here. Okay, perfect. That's all I actually needed. Well, I'm actually super close to the forest, so might as well go and get some more yellow. Hi. Alrighty, back home we go. And then I started my little mushroom enchanted area by placing 2 mushrooms down and making them look all big and cutesy. And then it was time to put in our bookshelves. And of course, I couldn't actually complete my enchanted setup without making a diamond pick and also gathering some obsidian. Yuck, I hate doing this. Once I got home, I started making my enchantment table and I got some books, but then I quickly realized with only 32 levels to my name and only a little bit of resources, getting a Silk Touch book was going to be, well, nearly impossible. However, I did get some good enchantments on my other tools like Fortune on my pickaxe. Please, 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 Silk Touch book. Ooh, okay. What are the odds? Do I try? Worst case, I'll make an anvil and then I can do it on a book, maybe. I'm gonna be bold. Okay, never mind. Not gonna lie, I'm quite disappointed. I was super excited to get an enchantment table and to get Silk Touch, and then I kind of, hoped to get it, and that obviously didn't work. I think I'm gonna get a new plan, and that is to go to that village we were at the start of all of this, and then we can maybe see if we can get a librarian with Silk Touch. And like, at least now we have an enchantment setup. It's not a bad thing. I have enchanted tools now. At least my little mushroom thing looks cute so far. Let's actually go around and plant some of this lilac that I've picked up. And here. And then let's go for here. And maybe here. I guess I'll give this a little floor while I wait out the night. I want to try birch for some more contrast. Yeah. This is nice. I like it. And let's also light this up a little bit. I don't want any issues. Now I think it has to be a level 3, so I'm just quickly gonna, spend my first one. Oh, darn it. It's gonna be projection as well. I don't want that. Yeah, we're really gonna have to go for mission village. Honestly, this village is not super far. I probably cannot really get the villager to me. Maybe like it's gonna be tricky. It would be really nice if I can bring the villager home. Honestly, there's no point for me to bring home villagers. I don't really care that much for like other things than the enchantment. So let's just go and let's just get our book. I then spent almost 2 days, oh my god, that's criminal, trying to get a librarian with the right trade. And the reason it took so long is because this village didn't have a librarian, so I needed to make a lectern, and for that I needed to kill cows, and then I needed to obviously, get the villager to give me the right trade. So it took us a while, but in the end we made it. I got my Silk Touch book here, and I'm just gonna re-roll this trade time after time. After time. Oh! Okay. That was... Oh my god, and I have the exact... That's all I needed. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna sleep and then I can go back home. You're wonderful. Thank you. I don't deserve this village. They're way too good to me. I'm home. I will need to use like half of my iron, but that's okay. I'm doing all of this for the sake of the happiness. Let's find a nice spot for the anvil. Let's do it right there. Oh! And then I'll just use my own land. Oh, okay. Yay! And let me make more. Yay! Literally, this is what all the effort was for. Just this. I do think I want to get some more mushies, though. I'll just try one more over here, maybe. I don't know where. Like, here? I only have one bone meal, so... Oh, okay. Oh, I love it. Now, I think I might want to work with birch for the trim for my roof. That could turn out to be hideous, though, so let's just see. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I like it. Like, I like the fact that it matches the dots, but I think I need to fill it in fully, like complete it all before I can actually judge. It looks really cute on the inside, though. Okay, I have filled both of these sides in. I swear if it looks ugly, I'm gonna be so sad. Oh wait, let me take this away. I don't like this front bit yet. Let's see what I can do. If I go like that. Oh! Oh. No, I hate that. Let me try to do something with slabs. Maybe... But maybe that can be it. This? No, that's way too plain. I hate it. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. and this and this. Okay, and then let's see from afar. Oh, I think that's better. Definitely better. But I think what will really be helpful is some leaves to sell it. And then we can maybe add some buttons. I have some trapdoors. Oh, that was not meant to. Okay. Maybe. You know what? Oh my god. And then yeah, that's actually better. I can add some trapdoors. I actually really like it like this. It's so silly, goofy, and cute. Now let me come steal some light from you. Oh. And then I can actually hang that around. Perfect. And then I'll just add some details. And then maybe, this might be ugly, but worth a shot. That looks cute. And I can now also use some of these blocks just as decor. Look at how cute this is. I can maybe even go, pew. The only thing that I'm torn on is the white trim. The only thing. I just want to see what it looks like if I change it, okay? I'll have to leave that bit or I break the vine. No? Maybe? Okay, sorry. Let's see. I like that better. It's a bit dark, but I feel like the vibe is more bright like this. And I'm not opposed to having this little moment like that though. In the front for some color. And then I'm gonna swap that one out once I can... How does that work? I think once that has a little thing. This bothers me too much. Frick. Should have known it. I should have known. But yeah, no. There we go. Now I can actually see what it looks like. And it looks so cute. Look at how nice my storage room is. I'm gonna actually sleep through the night now. Which is, by the way, gonna get us to that halfway mark. Let's celebrate. Yay! Good morning, day 50. Hi, doggies. It's a good day. This is what we have 50 days in. I feel very unaccomplished and accomplished at the same time. Like, I know I'm a slow player, so for me this is good. But like, when I look at other people's 100 days, like by day 10 they have this. So, yay, but also, oh my god. I think it is time that we give a proper home to all of our animals. A lot of them, but yeah. I think I'm gonna have to just a couple, okay? I'm sorry. Now that I have assessed the situation and what we're working with, let me grab some materials. I think I'm gonna use probably a ton of spruce. I like stripped, but let me also grab some of the my oak. Wow. I think maybe we can use some of that copper now because we do have 33 just sitting here. I also want some more birch. So let me get some. Ah, it's dark, it's dark. Let me just get like a couple more trees. Okay, I can do this. Okay, I'm home. I'm safe. Let me plop down my workbench. I'm gonna make a ton of oak fences. And then let me also make some gates. Now I think, I'm not even sure about the placement. So let me see if I go like that, if it can make sense. Something here could make sense, I guess. Let me just start by moving them backwards, just like a little bit. Something like this. And then I need to lure them all to me. Come. All right, good job, chickies. I'm also gonna have to move the cows. That's, well, might as well do that now, I guess. I'm gonna temporarily move them somewhere here. Now I can draw my path. I guess kind of like that. I mean, that kind of works. Let me get rid of this tree. And then we can build like a little coop here. I spent day 51 starting the build for the chicken coop, not yet finishing it and not yet doing the roof because that's a whole nother story. And I also expanded the coop to be around the house, around the little building, because otherwise they could just, well, jump off, and I did not want that happening. On day 52, however, I finally got started on the roof. And for this roof, I decided to do something different than like an A-frame in the front. I wanted to, kind of flip it, kind of play around with shapes. And I also really wanted to use a pop of color. Remember when I said I wanted to use copper? And I did. Really proud of myself. It was kind of a struggle to get this to look nice and to get this to look like just how I wanted it, because it's not like how I usually build, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Then it was time to tackle the decorating, so I decorated the house a little bit and also like the ground floor by adding a pond and some cute little decorations here and there. And then as per usual, I also wanted some leaves around the roof, and I also planted some more azalea trees all around our base. And as you can see, we then proceeded to add those azalea leaves all around the build, but that is not all we did. I also worked on making a little path and adding some moss around and some flowers, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm super happy with how she looks. And then next on the to-do list was decorating our enchantment setup a little bit more, for which I gathered some flowers to add around it, and I also did some pathing.
Wait, sorry, random idea. I know I don't need to apologize, but I still felt like it. What if I make a pond? I love making ponds. Like a small little waterfall that comes from up here, that goes down here, next to the enchanted setup. And then, then I guess this path will have to become a small little bridge, and then it all just like, connects here. Oh, it's gonna be so pretty. Yes, 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 yes. And let me already prep the space a little bit, like that. And then something like this should do, maybe. There we go. And then I'm gonna have to make, like, obviously a water source that it all comes from. So it's like a small little pondy thing over here. Now let's fill her up. And then I'm kind of scared, like if I open this up, it's obviously not gonna flow well. I still need to make like a little carving, but I'm not super good at that. I guess I can use this as a little base. Let's see what that gives. It kind of works a little bit. I'll have to like probably just, yeah, there we go. Now I just have to fill this in because that looks ugly. And over here as well. This is nice. Obviously, you need to decorate it still. Like, this is not looking good just yet. And I don't like how straight of a line this is, so I wonder if I can, like, make that a little bit bigger, or if that's gonna look super unnatural. Let's see. That works. Let me also try to work with some of the mushrooms here. Cute! I like it. Yeah, I really like that. Oh, I like it! I can use some mushroom blocks around here, maybe, potentially. And then definitely a ton of leaves, because that's going to make this look... Oh my god, thank you. That's going to make this look so much cuter. That looks so nice. I like it. I'm also going to want some more mossy cobblestone, because I think that makes a lot of sense next to a little river, with the moss. I don't have a lot of time. It's getting dark. Okay. 35, that'll do. Bye. I also think that there might be phantoms tonight. We haven't slept in a while. Uh-oh. I'm not gonna take any risks. Just go to bed. Good night. Now, I haven't planted any brown mushrooms, so let me do that. And now let's try to use some slabs and make it look nice. Okay. That looks cute. I like it. Can also do some full blocks, maybe like that. I feel like besides the bridge, all this is missing is some lights. And I don't really have a lot of iron, but I think it's worth it to use at least a bit. Okay, 6 lanterns. Let me use them wisely. 1, and then 2, and then maybe 3. Then I want to go for 4. Then, might be a weird choice, but 5. And then I have 1 more to use. I maybe want to do it over here. That looks nice. This was very, very, very needed. And then now for that bridge, I'm just going to grab a little bit of all the woods that I have. I think spruce will be nice because I don't use a lot of spruce actually. So then that kind of, is the first little bit of spruce usage. Spruceage, if you want to call it that, I guess. I hate this. Looks so bad. I think I'm gonna have to just move this a little bit to make it make sense that it's like over here. And then I can just move this and put the lantern like that. This is in my way. Honestly, that works. It's very simple, but I wouldn't know what else to do here. All right, let's go to bed again. I'm tired. Okay, besties. I think now that we're done with most of these little projects over here, besides, well, the cow still kind of needs something. I think I want to make something super cool. You ready for it? I want to make a windmill. Wee woo, wee woo. Now, I don't yet know where I'm going to place said windmill, though. Like, somewhere up there could be super cute, but that's not really accessible. Maybe somewhere here? Maybe I should work with... Oh, my cat just went on my desk. Hello, cutie. Maybe I should work with some sort of bridge system, something along the water. Let me go check out the area over there. I definitely think I need to have a closer look to decide. Okay, here it could be super cute. And the thing is also, it's not that I'll be going to said windmill a lot, but like grab stuff or something. It's more like a decorative thing. So it does not have to be super accessible, I guess. And this is like this side of my plot is very unused. I think I want to start by chopping some trees down to kind of see even better what we're working with. All right. That's a big chunk of space. Honestly, this tree is bothering me. I don't like it, like, on the edge here. That looks shitty. Okay, it is bedtime, though. Let's not die. Or no, you know what? Oh, an Enderman. Oh, God. Okay. I was gonna be all tough and, like... You know what? I will just work through the night, actually. And then I see an Enderman. Okay. Lit up a little bit now. I do think this should be terraformed a tad. Like, this is not very usable. I think I want to do the windmill, like, somewhere over here. And then flower fields nicely around it going down here. That does mean I need to take away some more trees. Let me start by broadening this just a tad. Oh, hello. Do you want to be a part of the family? Oh, okay. I guess he doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna start with like a basic structure here. So here you can see us building up our pillars made up out of stripped oak and stripped birch. Okay, something like this. And then you need to like go one in for the next level. I found one bone. Let's see if that's enough to make the doggy want to be, you know. Hi, doggy. Where are you? I have lost the doggy, so I guess not. Okay, let's continue. And then in this second layer of our build, I'm still using that stripped oak, but then switched the birch to just regular old oak planks. And of course, leaving some room for windows in the future. Okay, so far so great. I found a doggy! Hi! Hello! Oh! Yippee! Thank you. You can come home with me. I have to go grab some blocks anyways. Come. Welcome home. Sit. I'm also gonna need a lot of wool, so let's already start that grind a little bit. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Perfect. Okay, looking at it from here, I'm thinking it needs to be a little bit higher, like a third level. Yeah. I decided to make the third level the same, like, thickness as level 2, because otherwise it looked a little bit wonky, and I repeated the same pattern. That works, and then we can make the windmill thing right there. And now the difficult part, actually making the windmill thing. Surprisingly, this was not as hard as I had feared, but it was still like a struggle to make this. I luckily had a reference image, otherwise I definitely would not have been able to figure this out. Wait, no, that one's all wrong.
And then even with the reference image, I messed up, by the way. Don't laugh at me, this is difficult. So I instantly fixed my errors. Luckily, I saw the mistake quite early on. And then I finished the windmill's arms. Okay, final touches. Done! Would you look at that? Now I do need to do something about, this ugly in-between. Let me see if I just put some of these on, if that already does something. Oh, that definitely helped. I just lack some, how do you call that? Like some depth? Ew, it's storming. Ugh. To get some contrast, maybe I should use some spruce like that. That definitely helps. Wait, I love that. That adds like this nice looking trim. Now I do wonder how am I gonna make that happen for the top? Ooh, maybe the thingies here should be spruce. Let me try it out on the bottom one. I don't know if I like this better. I actually don't know. Oh my god, can this storm please calm down? I'm going to go for it. I'm not 100% sure if I prefer it, but I think I can only see once I'm done with all of them. We're replacing all of the beams. So that's what we did. We replaced all of the oak beams with some spruce fences. Okay, it's too dark to see. I'm gonna go take a nap because I think phantoms are gonna start spawning. I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. Good night and good morning. Oh my god. Wait, that's so cute. Yeah, I love it. Now I just... Ah! No. No way. What the hell? What the hell? Who are they fighting? Each other? Hi. So, I don't want your horsey guy to die. No, I killed the horsey. I only have one more shot. I'm just gonna use my bow. No! How did that hit the horse? Well, this is upsetting. What? Anyways, I wanted to try adding this as a spruce to see if that makes it look nicer or no. I actually really like that. I'm gonna do that. She is so cute. Okay. Then it was time to actually decorate and kind of in a way finalize the build by adding stuff around the windows and adding, windows as well. We didn't have that before. I also started pathing already and I added a bunch of flowers outside, which I think is the cutest little thing ever. And then last but not least, I also lit up the area a little bit because I did not want to get blown up by creepers. Then it was finally time to kind of wrap up this build by adding a roof. I was dreading this way more than I kind of had to because I was just able to do this quite easily. I thought it was going to be harder and I'm not going to complain about that. Look at how cute she is. Let me show you from afar. You'll go from down below. Looks really cool, doesn't it? I'd have to take that away, but there's only one thing that bothers me though. It's this being so straight. So I think I'm gonna cut into here and then just use some fences or something. Just something. Yeah, I actually kind of like that. And then that looks better. I'm also gonna add some of these trims above all windows and then I think I'm done. There's only one final thing this is lacking and that is some leaves. So let's go get some and finalize our baby build. I don't know why I called it a baby build. It's actually quite a big build, but still. Let me plant one of those gorgeous azalea trees here. If it's pretty, she can stay. Yeah, no, she's a little bit clunky, which is also good for me because I want some more leaves. Let me try that again. Ooh. That's really cool. I like that. I dislike how this is showing, so I'm just gonna kind of go like that. That looks way better. And then for the final time, I hope, I'm gonna block up here. And then I'm gonna add some leaves. We are finished. Look at her. Isn't she just perfect? I'm so proud of this. I just want to add a bunch more flowers out here and then lead the path nicely around, connecting it to here. So now for the final part of the windmill building thing. How do you call that? The windmill building project? Yeah, that's the word, project. I'll be needing a new shovel because mine broke, and I'll be needing a ton of flowers and bone meal. I definitely want to get a bunch of peonies, a couple of lilacs, and then I want to go on like a teeny tiny adventure to get some more of the smaller flowers. Found some, and some more peonies. Sadly, I didn't find any tulips, and they're my favorite flower. Okay, let's plant them. One here, maybe one of these there, and then... And now some of the smaller ones scattered around. I don't actually have many of these. Oopsie. Just 3 blue ones. Fine, I guess. 2, 3. And let's have a look. That's so cute! Oh my god, I'm so happy. I do have a ton more peonies, so maybe we can plant those. But I do, no, actually, I do want to save some because I'm gonna make my path like go here, and I do want flowers around it. I do think I'm not gonna lead it like here. I'm gonna have to go around a little bit because that's gonna look very yucky otherwise. Or what if I make a little crossy path right here? Okay, yeah, I do think I'm gonna make a little path here, but for now, I'm also just gonna draw a path around. So let me get rid of everything that's in my way. Like so. And here you can see me darting around up and down the hills to make a cutie path. I'm personally quite happy with how it looks, to be honest. Okay, that'll do. And now it is time for me to decorate the path. Actually, I'm also going to reroute it just a tiny little bit. Sorry about that. And then I will also make it a little bit easier to go up. Maybe like that. And let me also come do the same over here. Oh, and this one's going to be a bit trickier. Will that just work? Perfect. And now for the decorative part. Oh my god. Looking so cute. Look at this. Now it is also your time. I'm so sorry. You don't look cute. I'll just place some cuter blocks here. There we go. Ah, yes, much better. I have 8 bone meal left, so I'll do... There we go. Now let me scatter these all around. Let's try to be a little bit aware of the fact that I don't have many at all. Okay, there needs to be more flowers here, but we'll take care of that one day, I promise. Now there is one thing still left to do here. It looks pretty. Sorry, I'm like in love with it. We actually still have to do a little bit on the inside. Let me do a small side quest, actually. I would love to get some leads. There we go. Now, let's actually do some of that renovation work. I'm gonna start by adding some more fences around here. All right, way better. Now it actually looks like a genuine path, you know, because it's all fenced off. And then for the interior, I think I'm gonna put like a little bed and like make this a tiny, tiny home. All right, let's put a little bed in the corner like that, so I can make like a small, tiny little kitchen. Put a crafting table in. There we go. I'm gonna do 2 chests, but it needs to look cute. Maybe like that. 1 and 2. No. Like that. Now, a little, what do you call that? Nightstand? Okay, made some shelves. Then I also quickly grabbed stuff for a flower pot and for one of those big decorated pots. Carpet can go like that. Then a small flower pot here and a decorated pot there. Actually, fill that. Beautiful. And then let's go for our painting. Oh no. Kind of hideous. Maybe like, that's cute. And then a bigger one there, but not that one. The cat. Yes, I like the cat. Perfect. Like a small little home. Now this small little home doesn't have a seating area, so... Oh, hear that voice crack? Oh my. The small little home doesn't have a seating area. So let me just put like a little bench like that. Now I don't know when I've last slept, and to avoid the risk of phantom spawning,
I think I should probably take a little nap. There are monsters nearby. Oh, there you are. Thank you. Let's try that again. Okay, now we're done with the windmill. It is time to tackle yet another project, and I know just the thing that I want to do. I was thinking flower fields, flowers, crops, cutesy. You guys don't mind following me? I gotta show you something so it makes sense. Now, I don't know if you remember, but I did. There's a ton of bees. So I figured, wouldn't it be super duper cute to make a bee sanctuary? All I gotta do is find some coal so I can make a little, oh, there we have some coal. So I can make a little campfire. Now, there we go. And I do think, yippee! Oh, there's another one right here. And, bloop. Ooh, some flowers. Now I would really like to find one more. I guess one more was not in the stars for us today. I know I can also just make beehives. I know I can just make some, but it just looks super nice when they're natural. Let's get these flowers and then head home. Let's leave a couple. Oh, another beehive. Amazing. Thank you. Ow. All right, home sweet home. I'm gonna have to get a bunch of glass because I'm gonna make this type of greenhouse for it, because otherwise it's gonna be a bit plain if I just put like some bees just like right here. It's not gonna be very decorated, right? And in order for us to get some sand, I'm gonna have to go explore. I don't want to take away like all of the sand we have here, so I am gonna take a nappy. Alrighty. All right, we made it. Let's get like 2 stacks. Okay, perfect. But now that I have 2 extra, I feel like maybe I should just get a 3rd stack. Like from here. There we go. 3 stacks. Let's go home. I'm gonna take a giant detour home because I do need a lot of flowers. Oh, there we go. Flowers. All right, we made it. I'm gonna go smelt my sand. I want to stay up all night because I do need to kill a bunch of skeletons, because then I can get bone meal and I can get more flowers. As long as I don't get blown up by a creeper, I'm totally a-okay with nighttime. No, this is literally what I didn't want. Oh! Well, okay, I've been out here for hours. Ah, my first skeleton and my second one. Okay, perfect. I was about to complain about the lack of skellies. And then I find some. Perfect. I did see a creeper though. Let me kill him. Okay, well, I got 4 bones, which means, oh, cute, which means 12 flowers. And in here, I do have 13 more bones, so I really should not worry too much. In that case, I guess this means that I also have to go on a little trip to find more small flowers. We can do that later, though. That does not have to be now. Let me go check. No! I wanted to say, let me go check on my glass. And then I broke my plant. All right, 35, 35, and another 35. You know what else I need bone meal for? I need bone meal for the fact that I want to work with white dye for my greenhouse to get white stained glass. Wait, it has like that little line. I don't like that. Oh well, unlucky, I guess. Let me start by clearing out this area. I can always replant trees, but for now, I need a better overview. Now, maybe I should like fill this up and then kind of dig this a little bit in like that. Filling this up is gonna take at least a stack of dirt, right? Ew. Ew! Oh my god, it's a child. Oh my god. Ugh. Why did it not attack me? Oh well, I'm not gonna complain about that. Good morning. I'm gonna go have a little look-see at how much dirt I have in my storage room. Let's hope it is a plenty. All right, let's just take a stack and hope that is enough. What was I trying to say? Enough. Let's hope that is enough. Now let's start filling in this little gap over here. Yeah, 64 was definitely not enough. This probably needs at least like a whole second stack. Well, maybe this is enough for now. I want to actually dig this down a little bit further. And that is 13 more dirt to use right here. Not complaining, not complaining. And then let me grab this one flower, and then I think we'll go like that. I'm gonna start by making like kind of like a circular something, and then I'm gonna add a smaller poking outy bit. But I do think I'm gonna need more space. Sorry, mountain. I'm so sorry. I mean, mountain. Hill. Little hill of dirt. And now I can most definitely probably fill this up. Maybe. All right. Let's get this started. So that's exactly what I did. I struggled a little bit with getting this structure, this base correct and right and looking all okay, but I feel like in the end I managed. It was a little bit of, trial and error, but we got there, which is the most important part. And then also I changed the texture of these white stained glasses, so now they look exactly how I want them to look. Yay! Now I don't like how this doesn't poke out, so I think I'm gonna just make it poke out one little bit. Chip, 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 chip. Now let's see what that looks like. Doesn't look like a dome just yet, does it? Maybe that just needs to be a little bit bigger. I do think it looks better like that. So make it a little less ugly from the get-go. Let me just... There. Already looks so much nicer. And then let me add some lilacs. And last but not least, let's add a peony or two. I'm gonna try my hardest to make this look cute, but it's gonna be hard, okay? I don't really know what I'm doing here.
The reason that I dreaded this roof so much is because the shape is so funky, and it's not necessarily like any roof that I ever have done before, so it was kind of like improvising and just connecting bits and pieces here and there, but I feel like it turned out just fine, so I'm super happy with that.
I ran out of stained glass. Also, this looks hideous, but I guess this can work. I have a little bit of glass left here, so let's see if that'll be enough to finish. All right. Let's finish this bad boy. I do think this one's gonna be a tough one. Ah! Okay. And then these corners I can probably fill in like that. Okay, the structure is finished, but don't underestimate how much added leaves will do to this. All I have left are these 3 azalea... What do you call that? Just azalea? So let's hope we can get a good amount... Oh, I'm seeing a lot of mobs. Sorry, it's distracting me. A good amount of leaves out of that. I'm gonna have to kill that guy to get the leaves. Oh, ew. Okay, mission accomplished. Please be cute. Oh, perfect. Ew. Well, I just want your leaf. Okay, I think I have about enough of these, but I would like to plant one to just stay here and be pretty. Please be cute. Oh. Uh-huh. All right, 3 more bone meal. Oh, sorry, no. Please. Oh. All right. You know what? I don't care anymore. You can stay. Now to the fun part. Anyways, now to the fun part. Let's start decorating this. As promised, I absolutely covered this in leaves, and look at how much that does. It looks so cute. Let's put a beehive maybe here somewhere. I think that could look cute. Like that. And then let's put one on here. Wait, can I do that? Yep. Let's maybe go to the side here. Do I want to make it a bit higher? Like that? Actually, think. Can you go inside, please? Why are you hurt? Oh, wow. There's like no bees in those. Okay, I'm gonna have to make some bees. So I then went on a little flower hunting trip to get some breeding flowers. Almost got stuck in the middle of nowhere in the dark, but luckily made it home in time. But this also meant I needed to take an instant nap because all the bees were already dead asleep by the time I was home. Alrighty. Good morning. Come in here. Both of you, please. Oh. Baby! I should be able to... Perfect. And I'm gonna plant some of these flowers all around. There we go. You guys also get some of the big flowers, of course. Put them a little bit spread out and about. And some lilac. Wow! Look at how cute! This is adorable! Why is this bee almost dead? Okay, I also have some of these, which I think is super cute. I might be overdoing it right now, but don't care. I heard him die. I heard a bee die. I'm so sure of it. I'm so sure I heard a bee die. I'm gonna take this away. I think it killed the bee. Okay. I'm gonna have to make... Well, I can't make that yet, I guess. But I'm gonna have to make some honey blocks later. Because even though this looks cute, you cannot really tell it's a bee sanctuary just yet. So I think I'm gonna add maybe 1 or 2 or 3 beehives outside as well. And then I would also like to add like a couple of honey blocks around, or like honeycomb blocks. I'm gonna have to get way more honey though for that. Please tell me nobody will be mad if I do it now. Okay, perfect. Here we go. And we have 3 more beehives just like that. I think maybe one would look really cute. Just, oh no, no. Just like that. And then we can have one be a bit shorter. Like this. Maybe it should be swapped around. Oh, and then maybe we can add one there. I like it. Now I do want a ton of extra flowers to breed those 2. Because I really need more bees. I'm gonna sleep through this night. Because, well, I don't want to go search for flowers in the dark. Good night. And good morning on day 69. I feel so bad. All the lands around me are going to be so bare. Now let's see if I can make more bees. Oh, where's the second bee? 1. Oh, he's in there. Okay. Since I absolutely hate waiting, I went on a teensy tiny little mission to get more bees from out in the real world. Now let me replace these. Yes, the bee's still in it. Great. Well, technically I don't need to replace. I guess I can just make more beehives. Yay. And then let's get this for my honey blocks. And maybe some more decor. Never hurt, right? Then next, I made this cutesy pathway along the water, made up of a bunch of adorable blocks that you can also see in the pathways, and I'm really happy about it, but I do think it needs to have a little curve, so I'm gonna add a little bit more curve to it, and then I think she will be perfect. That already looks a little bit better, in my opinion. And then I want to do the same over here. I like it. Just little jumpy things. Can I now breed some of these? Hello, number 1, number 2. Please make a child. Thank you. Whee! Okay, well, unfortunately, waiting for all the bees to grow in is gonna take absolutely, like, ages. I think I'm gonna have to do this here and there throughout the last 30 days. So let's call this project finished for now. I just have 1 more beehive, so let me maybe place that. Okay, now we're done. I can make 1 honeycomb block. I did want to like use some at least for decor. That kind of sucks. Okay. Wow. Now for our next project, I felt like it was super sad that the chickens got a coop and even the bees got a home, and we didn't even have bees yet. So I felt like it was time to finally get these cows out of this super small little pen and give them a proper home. I decided to place them in the area between our storage room and our enchanting place. So I got straight to terraforming, and I even put some enchants on an iron shovel to make my work go a little bit faster, and I'm honestly glad I did it, you guys. And then the last thing we did overnight was lighting up the area a little bit, just for safety, and then went straight to bed, so that in the morning we could start our terraforming journey. And here you can see why I definitely don't regret getting an enchanted shovel. Now for the actual barn, let me get my my resources together. I'm trying to play around with some block palettes, but I'm struggling. I really wanted to include some brick blocks, so I had to go find some clay outside of my own area. Yuck. And then I also spent some more time decorating the beehive now that the honey was slowly but surely coming in. Oh, I like that. I never know when I'm doing too much. Like, and I look at all of this. I'm like, this is so cute, but I'm also like, will people think this is a bit much? I don't know. Oh well, I like it. Next up, I went on a small little underground trip to get some granite. Mission completed. Okay, I have 40 bricks now. That's kind of good. Oh, sunrise, good morning. Now with all the materials gathered, it was time to get started on our barn. I used some pillars, as you can see, as I always do, of some stripped spruce wood. And then I added a birch filling to kind of match with our house and a little granite trim at the bottom. Then it was time to go for roofing. I kind of struggled. As you can see, I made the roof like for the first time round, and then I had to redo it because it was not like round enough. I really wanted to give it a barn roof, so I had to redo that. And then I filled that right up with some dirt, put some little sparkle on it, and turned it into moss. I do think this side looks really like weirdly cut off, so I might actually replicate. Ew! This looks really ugly. So let me see if I can do anything about that. That looks better. Now let me replicate that over there. Also, I didn't even use any of my brick. Oh no. Maybe. I'm just gonna see what that looks like, okay? Yeah, that looks way more like a barn. All right. Now, mission replacing the granite with brick. Perfect! Now we do have to, you know, fill her in and complete her. This is not going to be all. So completing her is what we worked on next. I took the entirety of day 73 and, well, night 73 to decorate and completely finish this barn inside and out. Well, actually, no, I lied. Inside comes later. Just out, but also like, you know, the area around it. And I'm pretty happy with how she turned out to be. I'm loving the beams and the little decor bits and baubles and the fences, and I hope you do too. And then on day 74, we finally finalize and finish it, decorating with some more pumpkins and adding some leaves and working with some barrels and all of the cute stuff all around the barn. And then lastly, it was time to decorate the inside of the barn. I added some support beams to match the outside and then got to decorating, giving them a little pond, a little bit of wheat here and there, some pumpkins, and yeah, just making it look all cute. But then as I opened the gates of all the cows, I got attacked by freaking phantoms, so I had to abort the mission and all the cows scattered everywhere. Lol. Luckily, I could just go to bed and resolve that issue, and then I gathered some of the cows back and we finally have our barn, you know, filled up. I also ended up adding a bunch of flowers like around the build, so technically it wasn't finished yet, but now it definitely is. I'm actually super happy with this. We are on day 76 right now, and yeah, I feel like it's all coming along so cutely. Oh my god. I think there is only one animal left in our world that we own that does not have a home yet. Let's go visit them. Hello, little friends. Hello. Hello, little lights of my life. Do you guys also want a home that is all yours? Okay, I have a plan. Here's a plan. Listen to the plan. It's a good plan. I don't know yet where I'm going to do this, so maybe my plan is not that great. But I'm thinking of making tiny little like dog houses, little dog thingies, and I want it to be mushrooms. Are you following? Does that make sense? Maybe here. Or maybe over here. I don't want them to be like too isolated from one another, and also don't want them to be too far from me. So this might actually just be the place for that. What if I just literally do one? Oh no. 2, 3, like that? Or maybe I should fill this in. Let me start with that. All right, let's fill this up. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost locked you in there. Okay, so we can go like this as the path, right? We can have one house, two house. This one's gonna have to move. I'm gonna shave this mountain down like a teensy, tiny bit. I don't wanna like, yeah, destroy it all. And let me put some more light around here because this area scares me. This is actually like a super cute spot. If you look at the world that we've made so far, that looks so cool. In day 77, it was finally time to get started on our dog pens. I decided to use a different color block for each, you know, using moss, using copper, using mushrooms. And that also meant I had to grow a ton of mushrooms because I also will need a bunch of stem next to the blocks itself. I quickly realized that this was not, you know, sustainable, so left to chop some more actual mushrooms in the mushroom forest and almost died while doing so, but luckily made it alive. And then I spent basically all night placing, replacing, removing all of that, these stems so I could figure out like, you know, a proper good location for my dog pens. And then after some more remodeling and adding some slabs and some pathing, it was time to get started on these roofs, which by the way are adorable and were super fun to make. I do want to say that the red one that you see, I did end up moving it. I didn't film it, but it was just a little bit too close to the copper one. And the copper roof does need to be finished still. I kind of ran out of copper, but yeah, then I made a moss one, I made a brown mushroom one, and I'm so happy with how they turned out. That is actually the cutest little thing ever. I'm so happy. Now I do want to add like some little fences in between so they do look a bit safer. And then obviously add some leaves too. How am I gonna... Maybe just quite simply like that. And then I have some flowers. 1 and a 2 and a 3 maybe? And a 4. It still feels a bit plain. I don't know what I'm gonna add though. Maybe some of these can help. Oh, wrong tool. The amber. Like some pops of color, like so. And that also kind of in a way adds like some fencing in front of it. It does need some lights. I'm gonna see how many lanterns I can afford to make. Okay, let's do 1 lantern for each doghouse. And now I can actually, you know, do cutesy things like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That really does help. That really, really helps. All right, I'm going to call you Maple. Beautiful. And then your name is going to be Wren. I'm naming you Wren. Now, onto you. I'm naming you Plum. And then last but not least, you will be named Winnie. Everybody, I want you to meet Maple, Wren, Plum, and Winnie. They're so cutesy. Now, if I'm thinking about what else, oh god, what else I can be doing? If I'm thinking about what else I can be doing with this world or like how I could complete it more, I feel like this area is the only really, really bare spot. So we could probably build something around here. It could be like a bit higher too. So like up here and then maybe somewhere down here. Maybe, oh. Upsetting. Maybe we can work on, oh no, I have a lot of ideas, but I don't know what I want to do. I'm gonna breed some bees in the meantime. 1, 2. Oh, is that all I have? Do I not have a 3, 4? Only a 3? There's 1 bee in there. So I'm gonna wait for that to come out. 1, 2. Perfect. Now we got the population up to 5 bees. 6 bees? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bees. Maybe it could be nice to, after all, get some company. Like, I've been pretty lonely here. It's just me and my animals. So maybe we could try to get some villagers over. There's no point for me to bring home villagers. I don't really care that much. And I could make, like, a small village here, a little bit of houses, or like an inn. An inn would be super cool, right? Now, what I have to say next is really embarrassing. It took me from day 79 until day 86 to get the villagers over. And this is because, well, first of all, they were just being so difficult. But obviously, I also had to go get more like rails and all that stuff, so I had to go mining. But then also, I had to always sleep through all the nights because I was like out in the open with the villagers. So, yeah, here you saw some bits and bobbles, and you can only imagine how annoyed I was doing all of this. I'm a bit too lazy to clean this up now. We have already spent so much time on this, so let's call that a day. I'm actually kind of scared what happens if I... Oh my god, yippee. Oh, yippee, yippee, yippee. I'm so happy about this. Still just gonna boat him for now. And then I'm going to already put him on the other side where he belongs, because that's where I'm gonna build the inn. And I guess my inn will have to turn into a little, actually technically breeding hall, and then actually technically maybe breeding hall, you know. If we still have time for that, it's day 86. Oh my, I should get to work. Let me start by clearing all of this space out. All right, I'm thinking up here could be a nice spot for our inn. And we could have something start with the pathing like from here maybe? Something like so. Like that. And then after that, when we make like a second building, that could be down there and could just come from here as well. Like this. I want to make the build like a decent sized thing and not be exactly like everything I've ever built. But I also want it to blend, so this might be a rough one. Let's hope for the best, yeah? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for like the basic trimmed spruce trim of the house and filling it with like stripped oak, but then the roof and like the shape is gonna be different than what we usually do. And let's get started. So as you can see, I am trying out a silly little shape with my stripped spruce logs. At this point, they're only 4 blocks high, but I will end up making it 5 blocks high because I feel like if I want to make it big, it's gonna have to be big in height as well. Of course, that also means that the roof is gonna be trickier because there's more room to cover, but that's all right. Yeah, here you can actually see me adding that extra block, which was kind of a tedious task, but you know, we made it nonetheless. And then it was time to fill her in. I decided to opt for, you know, stripped oak and oak planks, because that is still one of my favorite block combos to make a nice wall that doesn't look too plain, but also not too like special or like out of place or whatever. I don't know. Do you guys get what I mean? I hope so. And then I added in some nice high windows, and I actually decided to go with the oak trapdoors to kind of spruce things up. And it still looked very, very plain like that, but I had high hopes that adding a dark trim for our roof would help, and in my opinion it did. It was very fun to try to figure this roof shape out, and I feel like we did it. I decided to add some mushroom at like the middle front bit, and that all the rest would be moss. So as you can see, I am doing dirt now, but as you know, you can add like 1 block of dirt, add some bone meal, and then mossify everything like we've done before. But obviously now it still looks like a silly dirt roof, but it won't stay that way. Then as I was gathering some materials to start the mossification, I noticed that the villager we trapped was gone. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to get a new one soon. Oh my god, help. Anyways, after finding out this news from actual hell, because I really don't want to do another trip to get a villager. Anyway, we wrapped up the roof. I finished the little, you know, dirt path thing and then got to grind in with the moss, and it looks so pretty. Now let's do the like under roof parts. Oh my god, that looks so ugly. Oh my god, no. Looks better closed off, and I'm gonna make this be like 1 up. Oh my, that looks weird. I'm gonna try something. Guys, this is so ugly. That is actually way better. I spent the next 2 days decorating the exterior of our beautiful, beautiful inn. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out, because while I was building, I was like, oh, this doesn't look that good. Like, oh, maybe when the details come in. And let me tell you,
when the details came in, it actually fixed everything. I especially love the little flower pots that I made in front of all the windows. Super happy with that. Obviously, I love all the flowers so much. And then as you can see, I also made like a little outdoor campsite. Very basic, very simple, but I feel like it really adds to the feel of the inn and it just helps putting it all together, you know. It looks way less bland now. And then last but not least, I added a little working area outside to complete it all. Guys, it looks so cute. Now, the inside will be a whole nother story because it's quite big. And then next on the to-do list was obviously the inside, which took me 2 days to complete. At this moment, I'm actually feeling some like pressure, like if I gotta get this finished. So I didn't end up doing anything too special. I made one room for the villagers to stay in. I made a little kitchen. I made a little eating area in the middle of that inn and little seating area. So I feel like overall it has what it needs. And it's quite decorated actually for the amount of resources we had and the amount of time we had. So I'm actually super happy with this. I hope you like it too, especially this little book area, little reading area, and then like the big table to eat when coming in. I think they just look super great. The only room that I'm kind of like yuck about is the bedroom. I feel like it's very plain and basic, and I even tried to add like some plants, but you know what? It'll do, you know. It's just an inn. It's not like a luxury resort. I want to check on our friend. Did he? Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Hello. Okay, so he is safe. That is really good news. I think in the morning we're just gonna get him some more friends, and then we should all be good. Since we are close to ending anyways, I'm going to use the night to spend my diamonds. I'm gonna spend them on a diamond sword. And the sun is already coming up right now, so it's actually perfect timing. And it is go time. Okay. That was... okay. So then I once again went on a little journey to grab a villager. I unfortunately, you know, as you could have expected, struggled a teensy tiny little bit, but I ended up doing it. I did have to sleep through a night because I didn't want the villager to get attacked. But yeah. Also, LOL at this wandering trader and his llamas being dragged by my little rail system. Eventually, the villager made its way to the storage room where I could keep him for safety forever. Okay, no, not forever. We do have to move him later. Let's move on to our last project. Now that we have our 2 villagers back and intact, I want to do something with this space. And I was thinking a nice trading hall could do the fit. Could be the fit, could do the trick. Oh my god. I started out by flattening and terraforming the area a wee little bit. So then it was actually ready to start building our trading hall. As per usual, I used some stripped spruce logs for the trim and then filled that in with stripped oak and regular oak planks for the block palette here. Pretty simple, but like that, it blends exactly perfectly in with the That was weird to say. I didn't add in windows yet, by the way, but I will do that later. And then I wanted to make the second floor like poke out a little bit, be a little bit special. And I did struggle with that because I was like, how the frick am I gonna get blocks on the outside? Anyways, moved on to trimming that and then filling it for a nice little second floor. It's giving tower, but also not at all. Before then realizing that this is way too skinty and that I completely did this wrong, that I had to completely redo it. And I did. It wasn't that big of a hassle really, but I was like, darn it, really? Running out of time, you know? I'm like on day, what, 93, 94 at this point? But yeah, once I did that, it was time to get to roofing. And I genuinely thought roofing this was gonna be like 20 times harder because of like the weird shape, but it ended up being actually kind of fine. And I remember a friend one time just gave me like a little trick being like, in the end, it'll all just connect and then you'll have to rework some bits. And she was right. She was truly right. I decided I wanted to fill this with some mushroom blocks and then with some moss. So I did, you know, basically again, the same old as the inn. And I think it looks super cute. The fact that it's matchy-matchy makes it just perfect. And I'm super, super duper happy with the outcome. This area looks so like cozy. And I know it's not ready yet, but it just looks so matchy-matchy and nice. And then it was time to actually start doing like windows in like the inside of the inside of the walls, like right underneath the roofs, and it was a little bit going back and forth, but it ended up being fine. The thing that scared me the most though was making like the outdoor look good. So adding like window trims, adding little bits and bobbles here to not make it boring, to not make the walls boring. But I feel like we did a completely okay job. It was kind of hard to show you this in like this little overview because of all the trees being in the way, but I did my best. Sorry for all the whooshing around. But I kind of did it all Amber style, you know, the usual, also using some trapdoors for the windows here and there to kind of add a little bit of depth. And then I made like this little front bit out here, like a little trading market stall type of vibe. The villagers won't actually leave, it's a trading hall, but I felt like decoratively that just made sense, you know? Okay. I just need a little bit of glass to finish this last window. And then this upper window too, actually. Oh no, that's gonna be perfect. I'll fix that. And then I need to decorate that a little bit more, but then the outside is actually done. And we'll have like 2 days to finish the inside. I'm just gonna literally make trading huts. Like, it's not gonna be pretty, okay? It's just gonna be simple. There's a cave. Oh god, that scared me. There's a cave under us. Oh, I hit him with my meat. There's a cave under here with like a witch and everything. It's kind of scary. Anyways, I'm going to extend this a little bit, like a little balcony, and let's hope it looks cute. Aw, I like it. Then if I make everything connect, let's see what that gives. Oh my god. Yes. There's phantoms. Please don't make me sleep through this night. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to, you know, barricade that. I wanted this to have a birch floor, so I'm gonna have to brave the outside to go grab some birch. Ah! Ah! No. No! They're hurting me. All right, let's get to flooring then. I hope they don't come through that. Stunning. And then maybe I can just go for a beam here, like a support beam. And then let's make a little second floor, like, oh, that. Ah, sun is rising. We good. We have 3 more days to make this here look cutesy and to get some villagers in. Okay, I'm nervous. We're running out of time. Okay, I'm gonna get sand, and then I'm gonna get a lectern, and I'm gonna steal it all from that village, and yep, fast. The good old days. All right, first stop, sand, and then next up is really quickly go into the village to grab like some blocks, some work blocks. Hello guys, hi. Where's that librarian I locked up with mending? I'm gonna actually, you know, take away the little workbench. Hi pal. Oh, I thought he opened the door on his own. Okay, thank you. You're so nice. I'll grab this. Ooh, I definitely want to get a Fletcher. This is kind of useless. I should not have spent time doing this. I could have easily made these blocks myself, but oh well. Time to go home. And you know what? Thank you. Let me go ahead and smelt my glass, my sand. Now, I have 1 red dye left, but I think 8 is fine. And let's fill her up. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to get rid of the cave under here. Now, I'm gonna make some of like beams. Wait, can I make them right next to each other? Yeah, I will. Oh wow. There we go. Quickly grab some more wood. Perfect. And then obviously I'm gonna need to cut it off in between 2. Yep. And then like that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Now I wonder, is he gonna make his way to the closest bed? No. Let's try with a decoy bed. Come here. Okay. I'm gonna make some lanterns because that's cute. And then I can just kind of make this way less scary by hanging up
Okay, maybe let's just do torches like there. But this can actually be a second floor. Technically. Then I'm gonna do like a small little crafting area. Oh my god, those zombies are driving me absolutely crazy. Wait, let's just go like that. There's no trading blocks in there yet, but I'm just prepared for the future. Chip, 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 chip. I have 3 lanterns left that I want to use on the build itself. So... They are circling me. I'm gonna also make a little ladder to go upstairs. Oh, that is not what you make a ladder with. A little ladder to go upstairs. Maybe like... Where do I do that? Right here. Perfect. And we can go for a little... Oh wait, that's not possible. Like there. And then we can turn this into something cool one day too, but like... Our problem is that we don't have time right now, so I'm gonna have to just ignore that. And if you guys want to see 200 days, then maybe at that point we could do something really cool here. Oh my god. There's so many! This is giving Game of Thrones. Oh, I did it. That was horrible skill, but I still did it. And I got a membrane. Yippee! Okay, now let's do some rose bushes around here. Go one there. To kind of, you know, make this look all cozy. Let's see, where else can I put one? Maybe a little bit further down the line, like here. And we can go choop, like that. Then, oh, turning light. Like just a little bit of fencing so it actually looks like I'm leading there. Do a little bit more like that. And maybe there. I kind of want to, yeah. Then I'm going to go grab some leaves. I then got stuck on a little side quest trying to trap my villager who escaped. It took me a while, but I ended up managing to get him in a boat, and then I dived straight back into decorating the outside of our trading hall with some leaves and with some beautiful, beautiful, colorful flowers. Oh my god. We actually did it. Look at these 2 things. Those are so cool. It is day 99, which means we have basically like a day and a little bit more, because day 100 is also a day that we have to play, to get the villagers inside. As you could probably have guessed, it was so difficult to get the villagers where they belong, and that is in the inn, because obviously they need to breed before I can start filling my trading hall. The thing is, I did not think I was gonna make it, and I did. I ended up getting them in there, so that is a win. Now, I'm so sorry, you guys. This has been overgrown. You're gonna be stuck a little bit. I'd actually like to make multiple librarians. So I'm gonna go make some more lecterns. All right, paper and books. Okay, and wait, how do you make a lectern? I'm so silly. Oh yeah, it's with slabs. Okay, that's fine. Oh. And we have another lectern. Let's place it right here. Oh, I'm stuck. Now, before my villagers want to breed, they will want a ton of bread. So I'm gonna make some. Luckily, I have this over here. And I'm also gonna have to make another bed. So that's gonna suck. Hello. Oh. I thought this was gonna be harder, but you just made my life so easy. Thank you. Let me make a ton of bread. There we go. And then 2 more beds. It's sunrise, you guys. That means that in just a mere couple seconds, it's gonna be day 100. Let me... Oh, wait. I don't want them to escape. There we go. Hello. Don't mind me, you guys. I'm just adding this for fun. Yeah? And I'm gonna give you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Well, just a ton of bread. And then I'm going to leave you guys to it. Have fun. Ain't no way that it's raining on day 100. This is not how I end this. With the storm? I cannot believe we are on day 100. This was such a cool experience. I don't want to waste my final day being emotional. I want to do something, but honestly, I have finished all my projects. Like, what? So I think while it is raining, I want to give you guys a little tour of everything we've accomplished in these 100 days. We've started off strong over here with our house. It took us, well, like a fourth of our playthrough to get here. But we did it nonetheless, and I'm super happy with her. Let's actually go in. This is what she looks like. Chef's kiss. Also, while we're here, maybe I can, there we go. Then we have our little pumpkin patch over here. Beautiful. Our little azalea tree area. Then if we go here, we have our 4 beautiful dogs, Maple, Wren, Plum, and Winnie. And a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chicken coop for the, well, very big amount of chickens. Then walking all the way back over here, we have our outdoor enchanting area with a beautiful, beautiful decorated river next to it. Then here we have our barn for our cows. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Then following the path along the pond. Oh, look at that. We have our storage room. Our mushroom storage room. The room that started the mushroom obsession over here. Then, if we take this little path along the water, you see our wheat fields, our crop fields. We go to the left here. Our windmill. Still so proud of this one. But, like, just a little living space for any passenger who wants to stay in the windmill. And obviously the flower fields next to the windmill have to be mentioned too. Then, oh, I love this one. Our bees sanctuary greenhouse thing. Still so, so cute. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna look at everything and be like, so, so cute. Next up, let's go back up here. We have our villager inn that we are using both decoratively, but also as a little breeding situation. Let's see if they've actually done it yet. You guys are disappointing. Then next to the inn, we have a little campsite. Then taking that path down to the complete end of my area. The trading hall. You guys. Go in. This is not very decorated because we kind of ran out of time, but it'll do its job once we have villagers, you know, like technically. And then I would have loved to have decorated this, but unfortunately didn't get to that. And yeah, that's our world. Let's get on top of the world, quite literally. Can I get on top of there? Wow. Guys, I'm so happy. I'm actually like smiling ear to ear. I'm so happy with this world. I think this might be my favorite project I've ever done. I just feel so accomplished. I hate that it's raining though. Oh. Guys, sorry. Instead of being productive, I just needed to take this moment to look at what we've done. Isn't this great? It's great for me. And let's get off here. I'm gonna see if I make some more bread. Like if making some more bread is going to make our villagers want to procreate. Also, I don't think I've died. Okay, I don't have diamond armor. So that also means I didn't really do that much exploring in mines and stuff, but I don't think we've died once. Still impressive. Okay, I have 16 more bread, so I feel like that should definitely be enough, right? Hi. Don't mind me just coming on in. Actually, I wanted you to have some food because you never pick up the food, and I think that's the problem. Your inventory's not full. Here. Now, goodbye. Oh my god. I'm stuck with them! I'm not looking, sorry. I'm not looking. Did I ruin it by looking? I was just so, you know, like, oh my god. Oh, me! We did it! We've actually
breeded a villager. We've actually done something. Oh my god. Getting out of here will be tricky without letting them escape. Ha 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 ha. Ho ho ho. Okay, everybody. It's turning into night, so let's have a little like pretend sitting cutie moment. Oh my god. And then we're gonna go to bed soon to complete our 100 days. I'm emotional. Good morning. Day 101. We did it. We've done it. Good morning, world. Good morning. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I've explored so many things, and even though this might not look like a lot to some people, this was a lot to me. A lot of builds that I've never done before, stuff like windmills and the beehive and the inn. Like, that's not what I usually do, you know? So thank you so much for sticking with me through this ride. I am so happy. I'm so honored to have you. And yeah, thank you for watching. Oh my god. Bye. No, I don't want to say bye. Bye.